Hello again everyone and welcome back to Inquisition. We are back here in Haven and we got a few Codex entries in the last one actually, did we? History, no, not that. No, not letters and notes. History, there we go. So the 5th Blight Volume 1. This was from the Days of Origins. While some of my contemporaries dispute whether the 5th Blight was a true blight or merely a large darkspawn resurgence, historians agree that it began in the swamps of the Qunari wilds, on the southeastern border of Ferelden in the year 930 Dragon. King Kaelin Therion was swift in responding to the threat, gathering the royal army, every Grey Warden in his country, and sending a call for aid to the Ferelden nobility. The assembled armies laid a trap in the ruins of Ostagar, hoping to crush the force before it reached civilization, but they failed. Darkspawn overran the defenders of Ostagar and decimated the king and his army. They continued their advance into Ferelden unopposed. Only 2 Grey Wardens managed to escape the slaughter, and somehow they came into possession of ancient treaties, which compelled the races of men to join arms against the massing horde. I can't remember how we got those treaties again. Was that our calling? It was our calling, wasn't it? It was part of the task we did, I think it was. The surviving Wardens made their way to Kinloch Hold, home of the Ferelden Circle, and conscripted the mages. In desperation to find more allies, the Wardens journeyed into the Brazilian forest, seeking the Deluge. The elves too joined the growing army. Into the deep roads, the surviving Wardens went, searching for Paragon Branka in hopes she could settle the unrest in Orzammar and unite the dwarves in the battle against the Archdemon. Branka could not be located, but another Paragon was found, the legendary Caradin, who forged the crown that ended all question of succession. Pyro Haramont was crowned King of Orzammar, and the Dwarven armies marched for the surface. Despite their successes, though, greater challenges were yet to come. Yeah, we did find Branka, but we kind of killed her and stuff. You know, that whole thing. The First Inquisition. This is interesting. The birth of the Chantry took place more than nine ages ago. The mist of time obscured once well-known facts. It is commonly believed the Chantry alone created the Templars and the Circle of Magi. Few recall there was ever an Inquisition. Those who do believe it was predated the Chantry, hunting cultists and mages in a reign of terror ending only upon its transformation into the Templar Order. This is not quite the truth. One must keep in mind the state of Thedas prior to the Chantry's creation, a world where the only source of order that's of Imperium had fallen apart. People blame magic for the death of Andraste, the blight, the terror they saw every day, and not without reason. Abominations and demons rampaged the countryside, no one was safe. Disparate groups of men and women initially formed the Seekers of Truth, determined to re-establish order because no one else would do what was necessary. The truth they sought, the question that they tried to answer, was how to restore sanity in a world gone mad. Was theirs a reign of terror? Perhaps. Was theirs a reign of terror? Perhaps. Evidence suggests that they were as vigilant in their protection of mages as they were of regular people. When they intervened, they convened an ad hoc trial to determine the guilty party. This even application of justice led to their poor reputation. The Seekers came down against every group at one time or another, their Inquisition gaining notoriety for being on no one's side but their own. They considered themselves good people, however, followers of the Maker's true commandments. This was never more evident than when they laid down their banner in support of the fledgling Chantry. They believed with all their heart that the Templar Order was the answer a desperate Thedas needed in a terrible time. Ultimately, the Inquisition was composed of independent idealists, not Chantry zealots. That is the truth. So the Inquisition was kind of seemingly morally grey kind of thing. Well, not entirely morally grey, but kind of very like divisive in terms of opinion. Which is probably exactly what the second Inquisition is going to be like, to be honest with you. Notorious Raider trash. Oh god. You want to know about my Raider friends, sir? What in the world will make a goody-goody like you poke your nose in such a dirty business? Well, there's good Sir Tadius, of course. Some people say he runs the Armada. He doesn't. No one does. The Armada is a collection of ships, and each one is like a nation unto itself. Its own rules, its own people, its own leader. Tadius is respected, of course. You don't sink half a dozen or Legion frigates without earning at least some respect. He's a dangerous man, but he's no king of the Armada. Anyone tells you that, they're lying or misinformed. Then there's Lachlan Poole. Likes to sail around the southern cape of Rivain, rattling his sabre and posturing it like it means something. No one really cares what Lachlan Poole does, though only a fool will say that to his face. You see, the thing about Lachlan Poole is he's got gold, lots of it, all earned through legitimate means even. He still has a trading company somewhere in the marshes and hires people to run it while he plays adventure on the high seas. The Armada lets him do it because it always pays to have friends with coin. The one you should really watch out for is Ianto. They call him the Talon, the terror of Lomerin, but most often that crooked bastard what might kill you in your sleep. Slavery, murder, torture, nothing is too much for Ianto. He traffics in souls if he discovered a way to extract them from people. In fact, I'm sure he has some Tavinta cronies working on that right this second. I'm sure there's coins have made and stolen souls somewhere, the Emporium probably. Isabella, self-proclaimed Queen of the Eastern Seas. Ah, good old Isabella. She has a way with words, doesn't she? I noticed we got a quest to yeah, Varric saw enough red lyrium in Kirkwall for one lifetime. Now it's everywhere, and the worst of it sings like the shard that drove his brother mad. Varric would take no small pleasure in destroying those. Locate and destroy primeval red lyrium nodes. Oh well. That's a thing for Varric then. Which I'll be very happy to oblige. Because, you know, the less red lyrium the better. It's in here. Oh, there's like a little tavern. Codex unlocked enchanters. Oh, it's a song. So this is a song, so it's not necessarily a story to be read. We can just kind of hear it. The subtitles are not connecting to this song in the slightest, but it's a beautiful song.
Can I get you anything?
I find in Haven.
What can you tell me about this area?
Adon is Haven's apothecary. He's been making potions and tending to the wounded as best he can. Carrot is the Inquisition smith. Whatever he can make you, Thren the quartermaster can probably find. And for anything fancier, you can try buying from Cedric. His prices aren't too high. Yes? Oh, there's also my knave. He studies beasts and things, as I understand.
A good old researcher.
Goodbye.
Fab. Let's keep on having a wander around then. This is the other, yeah, it's the other door of the tavern. Cool.
I was talking with a friend who said there used to be a verse about an elf in the chant.
What's up in this sector? Ah, Solus, hello.
The chosen of Andraste, a blessed hero sent to save us all.
I hope to be one, yeah.
I didn't ask for this, but someone has to find a way to seal this breach.
Spoken nobly indeed.
Bloody Adam Jensen showed up. I didn't ask for this.
You think I'm mocking you? This age has made people cynical. I've journeyed deep into the Fade in ancient ruins and battlefields to see the dreams of lost civilizations. I've watched as hosts of spirits clash to reenact the bloody past in ancient wars, both famous and forgotten. Every great war has its heroes. I'm just curious what kind you'll be.
What do you mean, ruins and battlefields?
Any building strong enough to withstand the rigors of time has a history. Every battlefield is steeped in death. Both attract spirits. They press against the veil, weakening the barrier between our worlds. When I dream in such places, I go deep into the Fade. I can find memories no other living being has ever seen.
How can you sleep there, yeah?
You fall asleep in the middle of ancient ruins. Isn't that dangerous?
I do set wards. And if you leave food out for the giant spiders, they are usually content to live and let live.
That's impressive, yeah.
I've never heard of anyone going so far into the Fade. That's extraordinary.
Thank you. It's not a common field of study for obvious reasons. Not so flashy as throwing fire or lightning. The thrill of finding remnants of a 1,000-year-old dream? I would not trade it for anything. I will stay there. At least until the breach has been closed.
Was that in doubt?
I am an apostate surrounded by Chantry forces in the middle of a mage rebellion. Cassandra has been accommodating, but you understand my caution.
Cassandra will protect you, yeah.
Cassandra trusts you. She won't let anyone put you into a circle against your will.
Circles don't exist anymore, do they?
I appreciate
As far as I'm aware.
But now let us hope either the mages or the Templars have the power to seal the breach.
Well, I hope so. Okay, can I
Closing
source
the
from
breach
anything
is
else?
our primary goal. But I hope we might also discover what was used to create it.
I'm sure we
Any
will.
artifact of such power is dangerous. The destruction of the Conclave proves that much.
You don't think whatever created the explosion was destroyed?
Seems
in the
asking
past?
soulless questions makes him fond of you.
The artifact that created the breach is unlike anything seen in this age. I will not believe it destroyed until I see the shattered fragments with my own eyes.
I agree, yeah.
We would do well to try to recover whatever created the breach.
Liliana's people have scoured the area near the blast and found nothing. Whatever the artifact was, it is no longer there. In any case, did you need me for anything?
What do you know about the Fade?
A great deal, from my wanderings. There are few hard facts, but I can share what I have learned.
Yeah, I'm intrigued about the Fade.
I'd like to know more about the breach.
Yeah, he just loves asking
Tear in
questions.
the veil between this world and the Fade, allowing spirits to enter the world physically. Small tears occur naturally when magic weakens the veil, or when spirits cluster at an area that has seen many deaths. But your mark allows you to exert some control over the breach. That means it was created deliberately.
I'd like to know more about the Veil.
Circle mages call it a barrier between this world and the Fade. But according to my studies in ancient elven lore, that is a vast oversimplification. Without it, imagine if spirits entered freely. The Fade was not a place one went, but a state of nature like the wind.
That sounds strange, yeah.
I don't know if I can imagine that.
Try.
He didn't like
Imagine
that.
if spirits were not a rarity, but a part of our natural world. Like a fast-flowing river. Yes, it can drown careless children, but it can also carry a merchant's goods or grind a miller's flour. That is what the world could be if the Veil were not present. For better or worse.
I don't like the sound of that, to be honest,
I'd like to
Solus.
know more about demons.
The Chantry says that demons hate the natural world and seek to bring their chaos and destruction to the living. But such simplistic labels misconstrue their motivations, and in so doing, do all a great disservice. Spirits wish to join the living, and a demon is that wish gone wrong.
Can we change that?
Is there
Yeah.
a way to coexist? To live with them? If not in peace, at least without such active confrontation.
Not in the world we know today. The Veil creates a barrier that makes true understanding most unlikely. But the question is a good one, and it matters that you thought to ask.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
Yeah, Solus is an interesting character. Codex unlocks spirits and demons. Let's have a look at that. Spirits and demons. When first I summoned her, she was a rose, unwithering, unchanging, and unthorned, a spirit of the purest love one knows, who never hated, coveted, or scorned. A second time I drew her across the veil and shared a walk, a dance, a stolen kiss. With such a perfect beauty, pure and pale, no woman could compare, no man resist. Then in my weakness I essayed a third, though magisters their warnings did impart. She broke my binding with a single word, and said this smiling as she clutched my heart. Though love I was, your passion's charging fires forged the spirit into cruel desire. So, spirits are not necessarily evil, but demons most certainly are. Yeah, that's very obvious. Or is it obvious? I don't know. There's probably more layers than I would care to think about. Ah, the apothecary. Wow, apothecary. Find recipes through exploration or by visiting merchants. Visit an apothecary with herbs you gather in the wilderness to upgrade potions. Use the equip station to assign different potions to each of your party members and to replenish the potions you are carrying. Use the upgrade station to unlock permanent upgrades to your potions. Okay. You can upgrade potions you've already unlocked. To upgrade a potion, select a category, select a potion, and select the upgrade. Potion upgrades require a significant amount of herbs to unlock. In return, they give permanent and significant bonuses to your potions. Okay, so 29 elf root to increase the healing amount. For that. Don't know those other potions. Do we know any of the potions apart from healing? I don't think we do we? No, we do not. I'm sure we'll find them though.
Fliss said to check with you to make sure these are safe to serve.
They're fine. Nobody will take
Sigil of the Gamorrean Stormrider. Plus 10% electricity damage and minus 50% other damage. You found a sigil. Sigils can be attached to arms and give special bonuses along with unique hindrances. That's interesting. Do we just attach them like this, or... upgrades. Sigil of the Growing Storm Rider. I'm not sure how to actually equip those. I don't know if maybe you need a specific station to do so. Seems reasonable, doesn't it? Okay, we'll leave that for now. Let's talk to Aidan, the apothecary, then.
Look who's back from the dead. Again.
I don't recall meeting you before.
I'd be surprised if you did. You weren't particularly coherent. Someone had to patch you up after you staggered out of making those wear, though. So, you're welcome.
Oh, thank you.
I didn't realize. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, you can pay me back by fixing the world. Name's Adan. I'm in charge of keeping our
Adan, right. Gotcha.
Elixirs. Not that Seeker Pentagast seems to care whether we've got the supplies to actually do that.
Okay.
For a healer, you don't seem particularly nurturing.
I'm not a healer. I'm an alchemist who's forced to play Mother Hen. You want something to burst into flame on contact with the air? Done. Gladly. Patching up wounded soldiers is a waste of my time and talents. But there are a few around who can help.
How are your people holding up?
There's no shortage of work. That's for damn sure.
How do I order potions?
How do I go about having potions made?
Just take a look there and tell me what you'd like. Find a recipe for something better, I can make that too.
Fab. Now I just have to... Oh, Regeneration Potion recipe. Okay.
You're back. And in one piece.
Need any help?
Is there anything I can do to help out?
We're fine as far as raw labor goes. You've more important things to do than tend to me. I only wish I'd been able to find Master Tajin's notes. Old bastard was working on something special. He died at the Conclave, and his notes weren't here. Been too busy dealing with the wounded to look for them.
Oh, that's like a little side thing there.
Farewell.
Master Tajin's notes. Okay, I'll keep an eye out for them, I suppose. We can equip potions. You can equip or replenish potions for each party member. Drag potions from the list on the left to the slots on the bottom right to assign them to the current party member. You must replenish potions before you can use them. Healing potions are replenished for free automatically, but all of the potions require herbs for replenishing. The type and number of herbs required appears next to the selected potion description. Right. So, Regeneration Potion restores 26 health every 2 seconds for 60 seconds. That is useful. I guess we'll equip that. Oh, so that requires elf roots. So we'll have 2 of those. We won't.
Let me know if you need anything.
Won't use too many of our elf roots. Can we upgrade? What does it take to upgrade the Regeneration Potion? Stuff we don't have. Right. Cool. Good to know. Oh, there's a note here. Are these Taken's notes? Ah, patient observations. Pulse normal, breathing normal, still unresponsive. Careful drop feed of prep. Prepared alpha extract to hasten his recovery. A lot of thrashing. Mutters about too many eyes. Something about the grey encouraging. The grey? Grey Wardens? Who knows? Some random book left on someone's bed. Oh, we leveled up with that as well. The Randy Dowager Quarterly, a well-worn quarterly missive of suspect virtue. The Randy Dowager welcomes the cool of autumn with the fall of another. The collected dreams of desire being the confessions of an apprentice in training more furrowing than harrowing. Forbidden dalliances at their most spirited. The Randy Dowager, exhibitions for the noble of thought but spry of step. The lady herself says, enchanting, one supports the circles, if only because closed doors offer the imagination more. 3 scarves fluttered in shock out of 5. Huh? I mean, I agree. To some extent, apparently. That makes sense. Does it make sense to me? I don't know what it means. So we don't want to go on the Chantry yet. Let's have a little wander around this place.
Heaven has been filled with silence.
That's Thren. We know that.
And crossed my heart with shame.
Yeah, we don't have enough materials for that. We know that for a fact. So I guess we have to go further down to find more people. Looks like, yeah. We've already been in all of these buildings. We know that for a fact. That's the exit, so we're not going to use that yet. Oh, buy and sell. Is this? Ah, Segris. This is the merchant.
Good day. good as it could be with the sky ripped apart.
What kind of person stays to run a shop at a time like this?
The kind with nowhere else to go. Those blasted demons destroyed most of my goods. If I stay here, work some contacts, I can start rebuilding. Maybe, just maybe, help you folks out in the process.
Oh, I hope
You
so.
speak with most everyone here. How are people doing?
Hope and fear in equal measure. No one really knows what it means when an Inquisition is called. Yet. I imagine it's no better for you. You've got my sympathies, for what it's worth.
Can I see what you have for sale?
Of course. My wares are at the table.
Okay, let's have a look at what he's got then. We do not have that much money. Well, we've got a bit actually looking at it. So it's a longbow, which we don't use. Daggers, no. No armor. Well, that's good. Can probably use that. Adventurer hat would be quite good, yeah. Oh, Inquisition Scout armor. Wait, hang on. Why are we wearing that? We should be wearing that, shouldn't we? What the hell are we doing? There we go. Don't know why we had that equipped. How is the Inquisition? No, it's not as good as that. But the helmet though. So +3 willpower or +18 maximum health. I think I'll take the adventurer hat. Buy that. Thank you, and we will throw that on. Throw that on our head. Like so. What else has he got? Anything good? Got accessories, upgrades. Oh, sturdy Bianca grip. So that must be for... also, these are all for Varric, it looks like. Well, we can afford those for him. Oh, I don't think we need that many. I didn't realize that they were infinite. Yeah, we'll buy those for Varric then. Weapon schematics. I'll buy these, but I think we already have them, just in case. You know how it is. What can we sell? There's probably things we don't need. We don't need these Highland Dirks. Sell that, sell that. We don't need the shield. Don't need the longbow. Sledgehammer, no we don't, because I think Sledgehammer's two-handed, which we don't. Okay, we'll keep the armor, because I don't know what my companions are actually using yet. I think we can just sell all these, can't we? Yeah, sell all them. Cool. Right, so I think we'll end this episode here, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, then please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I'll catch you in the next episode of Dragon Age Inquisition. Thanks again, guys. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.